AAA, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 28 Pretty College Grad But Still Can't Find a Man. Let's get right into it.
I turned 29 very, very soon. And one thing that has been stressing me out is the fact that I am turning 29. I'm literally single and I'm going back to school, and like literally anything I've ever wanted has literally not happened. And I also feel like I just look like I'm getting older. Like when I smile, but it's okay. I just try to deal with the fact that, like, hey, we age and that's totally fine. But when I look at myself, I'm like, oh my God, you look like a fucking old person. And I'm literally gonna be 29. And I don't know, maybe it's like all in my head because like I do have body dysmorphia and I'm not sure like if that has something to do with it. But I do know that I'm turning 29. And I'm also like excited to turn 29, but like at the same time, I'm like, I'm turning 29.
The wall is nearing, okay? And she's panicking for good reason, okay? But one thing I thought was kind of interesting was she's like, I got body dysmorphia. To me, her body's not the issue, okay? If you don't believe me, take a look, all right? I took a look at her body. What do you think? Not too bad, not too shabby. I don't think that's the issue, okay? But I did find another video that is of concern. Take a look.
I was visiting my parents in Mexico, and on Monday I decided to leave because I had a massive argument with my douchebag of a father. And in the argument, one of his disses that he tried to use for me was that I'm never going to find a man and that men don't like me, as if that is what I am put on this earth to do. It's incredibly sad that someone who changed my diaper, who I'm like 50% of, had the audacity to make a comment like that. Also just goes to show that men like play this game with women. My dad has always said that he wants us women to be able to dictate our own lives, but now all of a sudden a man will never love me, and that's all I'm worth is a man loving me. I also find comments like that incredibly not offensive because I'm not put on this earth to be loved by a man solely. Like, that's not why I'm here. I live with my cat. I love my cat. I get to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. I don't have to talk to anyone. I don't have to ask questions. I don't have to do anything. And to point the finger at me and go, you'll never find someone. Thank God I won't find someone, especially if they're like you. I don't have time for that. So yes, I might spend the rest of my life alone. But you know what? It's way better than spending my life with a man who freaking hates my guts. I was visiting my parents.
Whoa. Listen. We all want women who have their fathers in their lives, but if they resent their father, that's just as bad as not having a father, okay? Now, her dad, I guess, was blue pill at one point, so he raised her to be independent. But maybe he became red pill after watching some of the Manosphere videos, and he has a change of heart. And now he's telling his daughter, you won't find a man. You won't find a man. Now, I think it's funny because she's so prepared to just reject the idea of having a man altogether. She's like, I got cats. And mind you, she's eating tuna fish, so maybe her and her cat eat out of the same bowl together, okay? They're just made for each other. So I think it's very strange, man. Once you see a woman disrespect her father, calling her father a douchebag, wow, okay? And they live in Mexico. How bad can they be? Now, she's half black, half white, I believe. I don't know if her dad's the black side or the white side. We'll never know, but it is something to think about. Anyway, the video of the women that went on a coffee date or rejected a coffee date is still going viral, and still women are trashing her. I think it's pretty funny. Take a look. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
It be the black women who know that they got limited options with men that always want to try to make a man look like shit. Like, bitch, you are overweight and you're a solid 3. The audacity of you. Now, we all know that lady who went viral about talking about some man invited her on a coffee date and she told him no, and she went to go get her a fucking sandwich, a fucking soup, and a croissant, and a Dr. Pepper. Bitch, you lucky you got asked out on a date. Chivalry is dead nowadays. And bitch, you really gonna try to make this man look crazy for asking you on a coffee date because you don't like coffee? Bitch, clearly you like everything that's unhealthy for your ass. And I'm going to touch on every aspect of the situation because y'all got me fucked up and I'm vexed. And y'all know me. I'm quick to call everybody out on their shit and I don't give a fuck because you can't whoop me. But bitch, your hungry ass should have just said that you was hungry. But no, your big, insecure, overweight ass decided to sit your phone down while your fat ass was eating and press record and talking about how the man was asking you on a coffee date and you politely told him no. And then everybody over here defending you talking about, oh, well, she been told him that she didn't like coffee and he kept asking her to go on coffee dates. Okay, you be the same bitches that don't want to be talked to in the store. But yeah, you talking to niggas that you know that ain't give you the conversation that you want. And then you want to complain. What sense do that make? You bitches be your own fucking enemy. And it's plain as day. Now, would he have been wrong if he would have took her on a date to the goddamn gym? I don't think so. I think that's actually beneficial for her and him. The man clearly just wanted to get to know your ass by asking you out for coffee. The fuck? You lucky you got asked out on a date. You just ungrateful, bitch. Y'all be the same women that be like, oh, if he talked to me in a grocery store, he better offer to pay for my groceries, or what do we have to talk about? The men don't know you. Y'all be wanting men to do shit for y'all just because you got a coochie. Bitch, fuck you. And not only that, I saw somebody else stitch my homegirl video on this fucking topic talking about, oh, I think we should take people's stories on TikTok with a grain of salt because people be telling stories just to get paid. So y'all exploiting yourselves and embarrassing yourselves and other people who may or may not exist for $1 that you may or may not get? Talking.
Yo, where is this girl? I need to find this girl, Rasta Gal. Jesus. I don't know if she is like the feminist drill sergeant, but man, she's tough. She said, you guys can't beat me. She's not scared of y'all. Now look, she's making some good points, though. I can't lie. Okay, when someone's making good points, I gotta admit it, okay? Now, I do think it's interesting that women say, oh, my standards are too high for a coffee date. It's too high. Your standards are too high? What do you mean? This idea that women have to demand our investment, first of all, my wallet, my choice. If I choose not to spend that kind of money on you, that's my choice, right? Your body, your choice, correct? So if you could determine what you bring to the table, I could determine what I bring to the table as well. And she's right. I could have offered you a gym date, but a lot of girls don't like gym dates because, oh, it's low effort. Low effort? Girl, have you ever worked out before? Do you got a gym membership? When you go to the gym, you put low effort in the gym? Unbelievable. Women want you to spend as much money as you can as possible to demonstrate their value. How much money I spend has nothing to do with your value. And if that's the case, how much punani you give me demonstrates my value. How about that? Okay? So quit that nonsense. I'm glad this girl's going off on people. I need to go find her. You guys go shout her out, man. Rasa Gal on your head top. Anyway, there's more interesting women with that smoke. Take a listen.
If black men are the cause, why y'all keep getting pregnant by them? If black men are the cause for the baby mama culture, why do y'all keep making yourselves baby mamas? If black men are solely the reason of why the black community is falling apart, why is it that even in their absence, the black community is still falling apart? I need y'all to really have a conversation with me, ladies. Hear me out. Every live that I have run across this morning is a debate about who creates baby mama culture, who is destroying the black culture. We both play a role. I'm not excusing them for their part, but this is what I am wanting y'all to understand, and I want y'all to see. No man can make you be a baby mama unless you consent. My body, my choice, right? It is your choice to lay down with that man. It is your choice to not take birth control. It is your choice not to take a plan B. It is your choice to not handle a procedure after. It's your choice, right? And not only that, it is your choice to not vet that man. Well, Ash, men lie. Yes, they do. So that means you should want to see proof, right? I didn't know he was like that. Did you ask? Did you go and talk to the other baby mamas? Did you see how he interacted with the other kids? Well, Ash, I didn't know he was broke. Did you pull his credit? Did you actually show up to the job to see that he really worked there? Well, Ash, I didn't know that he was abusive to women. Did you go and see how he treats the other women in his life? His mama, his sister, his aunt? Those are all key indicators. And even knowing all of that, you could still run into a manipulator. I get it. But then y'all aren't even taking the time to let some stuff play out. You pregnant 3, 4, 5 months after meeting the man. Of course you don't know who he is. You ain't been around him long enough.
I didn't so hysterical she said that. Look, baby mama culture is definitely consensual culture, okay? To make yourself into a baby mama, you have to consent to the activity that makes baby mamas. So everyone's saying, oh, baby mama maker, he's a baby mama maker. So are you, okay? It takes two to make a baby mama, not just one, okay? It takes two. Now, the funny part about it is she's right. She's talking about how all these black men are so bad. They're making baby mamas. They're ruining they're ruining our neighborhoods. They're ruining our communities. But then y'all turn around and say they're not around. So how could they not be around and also affecting what's going on in the community? Clearly, the community is being led by somebody else if the black man's not there. I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And at some point, I think women are going to have to take accountability because all of this finger pointing is not going to get you anywhere. What did they tell us as kids? You point one finger at somebody, you got three fingers pointing back at yourself. So that means you're probably 3 times as guilty as a person you're blaming. Now, since everyone chose violence this morning, I had to look for other clips that I found was interesting as well. This one's pretty decent. It teaches women a lesson. I think it's good for women to learn stuff that are not just, attack and vengeful. Take a look at this.
If you go out and you are receiving non-stop attention, you need to go home and change. You look cheap and you look easy. I'm going to tell you the most counterintuitive thing you've ever heard. And I know it makes no sense, but hear me out. When you do go out with friends or on dates or whatever the case may be, and barely any men come up to you, few, once in a while, whatever, that's how you know you did it right. You need to look expensive. You need to look like if you are going to approach me, am I in your price range? Because this hoo-ha ain't cheap. And here's a tip to do it. Pick one asset and show that. So it's either your boobs, your butt, your legs, your back. Show no more than that. Men like a little mystery. If you show everything, what do they need you for? They can see every little curve on your body. They've seen it. What's to do? Pick one body part and accentuate that. So if you go out and you're feeling so good and every man at that bar is hitting on you, girl, go home. Nothing good will come of it. And the men who do hit on you are trash. You look easy as fuck. I know that's harsh, but mommy's here to help you.
Whoa, and this is coming from a single mom, okay, who clearly did not put a high price tag on her hoo-ha, okay? Now, it's interesting to me because a woman would go out and disobey all 3 things she said. Okay, she said show either boobs, show either stomach, show either butt, but not all 3. But we'll go out there for sure exposing all 3, okay? The times that we're living in now, women leave very little to the imagination. You can see everything. I'm seeing coochie prints everywhere. Everywhere I go, it's coochie print. Golly. You know what I'm saying? You might even see the labia print too. It's wild. It's beyond belief. Okay, you don't even got to pay for it no more. You don't got to pay for corn anymore. Corn's everywhere. Corn's at the supermarket. Corn's at the library. Corn's at the gym. Corn's at school. Corn is everywhere. It's walking corn everywhere. But I do agree with her in a way. Listen, but being approached by a man is not just if you look slutty and you look cheap and you look easy. Sometimes I feel like if you are welcoming and you have a, smile, you radiate genuine, good energy, you could be approached as well. It's not just we just approach people who like 304s. That's not true, okay? But she has some good points, so I decided to share it with you guys. Anyway, here we have Dana D, back with some more information. It's funny because she talks about handsome privilege, and this is something that the men can learn. Take a look.
Men are not playing by the same rules. All men are not created equal. I made that video talking about D'Angelo's brother because I wanted to prove a point. A lot of times when I do stuff, it's to prove a point. I go back and forth arguing with dudes on this app all the time about handsome privilege, right? And how men are not created equal just like women are not. Men who are attractive, they do not play by the same rules as average men. They do not play by the same rules as very unattractive men, right? They get privileges that a lot of men will never get the experience. When men sit up talking about all men have to pay to play, no, they don't. Right? But this is something that you will never fully understand because you've never been in the place of an extremely attractive man. So in your mind, you just can't even conceptualize that there's men who just have to exist and women just throw themselves at them. But if you don't believe it, you can go through my comment section and you can clearly see on that video how women are when a man is attractive. And this is why I continuously tell men that physical attraction, sexual attraction is the best attraction that you can get from a woman. Dangling money in front of her will only make her want to use you. And if you want to be used, that's fine. I love that for you. But if you actually want a woman who, when she see you, she just wants you strictly off the fact that she's so attracted to you, that's a different level of attraction. That's the type of attraction a man should want. You shouldn't want her to have to think about all the things that you can do for her financially in order for her to get turned on. Or she can't get turned on to even think about you in a sexual way unless she can think about all of the money and things that you can buy her versus she just look at you and she wants you. But again, y'all are not playing by the same rules. A lot of y'all will never get to experience that. You will never get to have women just off the strength of you looking the way you do. You will have to pay to play. You will have to be an exceptional man. You will have to be a top tier man in every aspect in order to get the same treatment that a man who is just simply attractive gets. And I know that's hard to accept, but we women have to accept it. We're not created equal. We don't all play by the same rules. There's a hierarchy when it comes to women. You're more attractive versus you're less attractive, and the benefits the more attractive ones get that the lower ones don't. The things that more attractive women can get away with that less attractive women can't.
You know, some rare gems from Dana Dane today. I agree with her that handsome men have a privilege. Look, people knock me all the time, but I always say this. I've never had money. Okay, I'm getting to the money now. Okay, but I've always had genuine desire for women, and it hits different. Let me tell you, even when you go to the gym, that hits different too. Okay, I had genuine desire, but I know I wasn't always like physically fit to like the way I am now. So I say this to say that the most men could do is go to the gym. A lot of men, if you weren't born with the face card, if you weren't born with the height, it's very hard for you to get that kind of handsome privilege that she's describing. It's not something that everyone can have. So the disappointing side about this is not even something that you could like strive for, okay? The most men could do is build up their body. That's it. It's still something, but that's the most men could do. Now, I do feel like she has thrown herself at men that she found handsome. Okay, she's talking about, oh yeah, all these women throwing themselves at men. She's one of those women. She's thrown herself. She's let men who she thought was very attractive get away with stuff. Women too, a lot of times their experience in the bedroom is based on how they feel about you, how attractive they feel like you are. Everything you do when you're attractive, when it comes to kissing, touching, whatever you do is going to feel better to a girl who finds you attractive. Everything. Okay? Now, for the men who've never experienced this privilege before, all I could say is getting your money up is not a bad thing either, because at the end of the day, a lot of women have to accept that men are not supposed to be the attractive ones per se, right? That's not what we're really designed to do, okay? What we're really designed to do is protect and provide. That's our main real thing in this world. So men, don't be discouraged if you need to get your bread up to get women. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And plus, honestly, what's more impressive to a woman in my mind is status. Status is above all. So even though looks give you that genuine desire where a girl really wants you for you, at the end of the day, the thing to be more proud about is getting your status up. Okay, I'm the most proud about that. Like, I screw this genetic shit. You know what I'm saying? The genetic shit is cool, it's nice, whatever. But getting your status up is a lot more fun, and you even feel better about yourself. Anyway, look, I won't lie. This entire video, I've actually just realized it's been nothing but women giving other women the harsh truth, holding women accountable. I love it. This is a pretty good video. Beep this one.
All right, I'm going to say it. Some of y'all aren't going to like it. But even though I'm saying it looking like a hot mess, it doesn't make it any less true. If women can leave a marriage just because they're unhappy, then men can leave a marriage just because they're unappreciated. We praise women for choosing themselves when they're walking away from a good man. He's been faithful, he's been consistent, but when a man says he's done for being taken advantage of, feeling like he's not appreciated, all of a sudden he's a bad guy. So why is her happiness validated, but his exhaustion is not? Why is finding her self-empowerment, but his boundary is selfishness? Marriage is supposed to be a two-way street. So if it's okay that a woman checks out emotionally, and we call it growth, men can walk away when they feel like they're being treated like background characters in a story. So let's talk about it. Are men allotted the same graces that women are given when they walk away from a relationship or a marriage? All right, I'm going to say it. Some of y'all aren't going to like it.
She has a really good point about this. This is actually interesting. I do feel like women, the minute they're not happy, they're ready to leave. But no one actually cares about if a man feels what's equivalent to is if we feel unappreciated. Which, by the way, is most of the time. If men filed for divorce every time they felt unappreciated, I feel like the numbers would be flipped. I feel like men will be filing divorce at an 80% clip and women will be filing divorce at a 20% clip. It's because I think ultimately men feel unappreciated way before a woman feels unhappy. Because women feel entitled from day one. You never meet a girl who felt entitled later on in life. She feels entitled to your money, your resources, you from day one. This is why as men we have to push back and say coffee dates. Okay, this is why we have to push back and say 50-50. I got a new thing now. I went on a date with a girl and she said, oh, I'm celibate. The next time I hear that from a girl, automatically I'm going to say, well, we're going to split this check 50-50. Because if you're going to hold back what you have to offer, I got to hold back what I got to offer. And you got to be understanding, right? My wallet, my choice, right? So women feel entitled to what's inside our wallet, but we can't feel entitled to what's inside their pants. So we got to keep it fair. We got to keep it egalitarian, right? Y'all want to be fair, men and women. We're both equal, so we both could decide what we want to bring to this party. And look, I think it's only right as men as if we got to exercise what our leverage as well. We got to exercise restraint as well. Because too often, women think that what a man brings is static. It can't change. It's mandatory. It's the bare minimum. But what women bring, it's flexible. It can vary. It doesn't matter. You know, it can adjust at any time. She can change her mind. She don't have to keep her word. She could say one thing one moment, change her mind the next moment. I mean, it's to the point now where a woman could be consenting to smacks while it's happening, and then a few moments later, while it's still happening, no longer consent. Like, this is how bad it is. Okay, it's that bad. That's why, as men, we got to take our precautions and only really deal with the women who truly like us, who genuinely want to help us and be a part of our lives. And I think more and more women are waking up and saying, you know what? Women are treating men bad. You know, it's obvious. We can keep putting the mask on and cover our eyes and pretend like we don't see what's going on, but it's the reality. Okay? And I'm happy. I'm happy that more and more women are standing up and saying, you know what? No more. It makes my job easier, okay? Because if they're saying it, you guys don't have to think I'm the bad guy anymore. Okay? Take her word for it. She said it as well. Go after her. Okay? Try to cancel her. Cancel all the girls in these videos because they're saying the exact same thing I'm saying. In fact, I'm just agreeing with what they're saying. Okay? Yes. I agree with this message. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.